Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Certified Podcast. Today we'll be talking about mental health. And today we are joined by a special and dear guest. So I'll let them to introduce themselves.
Yes, sir.
And we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm Paulappolo. I go by the name of Paulappolo from heartfelt podcast. Yeah, and I'm honored to be here with you and share and also learn from you. Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Paul. I'm so thankful for this opportunity to be a part of this team. It's my first podcast that I'll be hearing out, and it's an honor to Mr. Dennis, who is the director of, and Mr. Boniface, who is the coordinator. So thank you so much, and continue with the same spirit.
Hello everyone, so welcome to our podcast. So today we have a special thing for you. Yeah, mental health desserts. You will enjoy it. Thank you.
I'm Stephen Kabua from A House from Hotel Juicy Podcast. I'm really honored to be here today with a new team to experience a new thing and to learn from you. It's a good topic. I like this.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. And for my name is Boniface, or you can call me Bonnie, whichever you feel free to call. And so, the discussion of today, mental health. So, how can you define mental health as per you? So, let's start with you.
Right. As per to my understanding, I think mental health is the mental well-being of the is the well-being of the mind. Like if you are in a sober state or you are not undergoing some like challenges, we can say you are you are not undergoing the such mental problems.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yes.
How about for you, Mr. Paul?
For me, when I hear the word mental, this brings about the word mind, and health. This brings about the condition of yourself. Okay, and to me, how I define mental health is the state of well-being where an individual is able to identify his abilities or has the ability to cope with normal life stresses, to work effectively or to work productively, and also to contribute to the community. For example, in my perspective, I see mental health like a garden. A garden needs soil, we need sunshine, and also we need water to grow healthy plants.
Yeah.
When we neglect mental health, it's just like neglecting what we call the garden. So when we neglect the garden, all the plants will wither, and also the environment will be unpleasant. So for me, that's how I would define mental health to be. Thank you.
And as for Mr. Dennis?
For me, I'll second Mr. Paul by saying that the World Health Organization, the way it defines mental health, it's the same way that Paul has just told us. So it describes mental health as a state of well-being where individual is able to identify his abilities, also to work fruitfully and productively, and also to cope with others, and also to do some contribution in the community. And as maybe we can go deeper with the definition itself, we can see we have specific areas, like let's say, maybe you can be able to identify your abilities, but in other case, you are not contributing in your community. So it means you are not mentally fit. Yeah, you're not mentally stable. So also, you can be contributing to your community, but you find yourself you're not able to define your abilities. So it means you're not. So I can say mental health is something that is very, very big, and it's very broad, and we need to dig it out slowly by slowly, definition by definition, and also the challenges that people encounter, one by one so that we can understand it fully. But following the definition, it is like a slogan way, in a way that every slogan has its own meaning. So we need to dig it deeper and more deeper. Thank you.
On my side, I don't think I can even give a better definition from whatever you guys have given. But to add on the same, I don't think I will define mental health without defining physical health. These are two very correlated aspects of life. You can be very mental healthy, but you're physically challenged. And in most cases, you find those people who are physically challenged, it starts from there. For as long as you feel like you're physically challenged, it gets to your brain. Because whatever your body does comes from the mind. So the mind is the engine. And if my physicality is not operating quite well with the mind, that means I'm not physically healthy and I'm not mentally healthy. So basically what I will say is the aspect of the mental health being the well-being of the body or the well-being of the person to be productive and to be able to contribute in all aspects to work effectively, it correlates with their physical ability. And I think that's a better definition I believe. Yeah.
So in short, we can simply say mental health is a state of well-being.
Yeah, in overall, it's the overall thing. The overall mental health is the overall thing of well-being, spiritually, physically, mentally, and all that.
Yeah.
And what are the things that you see a person can do to contribute in well-being of which will cause to that individual to have that decent mental health?
Basically what you're asking is what people do to increase their mental well-being.
Exactly.
Okay.
Personally, in the world we are living right now, we are living in a very chaotic world, sorry to say so.
Yeah, it's true.
So what first thing first, I would say what we are consuming mostly online,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
that is affecting greatly. In this case, I want to base something on this mental well-being from the social media. The aspect of whatever you are consuming will affect, however it will affect you. We are with very different levels of life, right?
Yeah.
In the terms of financial stability, physical well-being. So when you get into the social media, you will see people there have no emotions, right?
Exactly.
Or rather, you don't know another person's emotional intelligence.
They just in short, they care about themselves more
Yeah,
than they
more.
care about the other people.
So you find like a person is physically challenged and he's on the social media, let's say the Instagram, TikTok and everything.
Yeah.
But another person in the comment section doesn't see that. It's an opportunity to say their harsh words to them.
So they want to go viral.
Yeah, they want to go viral. It's
Because of the money, it's all about the money. Me. Yeah.
Another thing is, as I said, we are not on the same levels in life. So whatever you are consuming, you see a person is doing best in everything.
Yeah.
But you don't know whether it's their reality because social media, people can be posting anything they want. So basically, if you consume things that get into your mind and now you feel like more inferior, you get my point? It starts getting into your mind and now you start being, oh, I'm not being my best and everything. So if you want to first consume the right content, and be able to differentiate this is the right content for me, this is the right person that we need to watch, and so on and so forth. For example, there's at Vibes podcast, man, good vibes. Yeah.
So in short, people should be conscious in what they consume on,
That's what's up.
in the internet.
That's what's up.
Because the internet is positive and negative. It just depends on what you consume. So consumption, any kind of consumption that you are going through, I can say in diet and also in consumption of the mind. So you should be cautious of what you are doing.
That's what's up.
So, and what is the other thing that you think people should do that will contribute into a proper mental health?
I think having enough sleep,
Yeah.
and also finding discovering your passion and what you like more. Like when you feel challenged or mentally unstable, you can go play football or do something. Yeah, so that can also assist you in mental well-being also. So because lack of sleep, it's like I can say it's directly related to like the social media content consumption.
Yeah.
People are dwelling too much on phones, they don't sleep. Yeah, like I think we should also limit that. In as much as they are helping us, the social media stuff, we can see people are also earning through that and so on. You can also limit the time you spend on the internet and make sure you have enough sleep, also enough rest.
And also, you said something to do with identifying hobby.
Yeah,
So, there's some people who doesn't know their hobbies.
Yes,
That
sir.
is one thing. And another thing, there's some people whose hobby is sleeping. Because I don't know. Yeah, you'll agree with me. Actually, I don't know if it's a second me. Yeah, it's true. And you'll find some people whose hobby is maybe watching TikTok. Yeah,
it's true.
there is a person who will tell you, if I stop watching TikTok right now, I will be mentally unstable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let's take an example. If TikTok was to be banned in all the countries,
Worldwide.
yeah, worldwide. So what would happen to some people?
Tragedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people have been dwelling on TikTok. Yeah, since morning, working hours, sleeping time, they even sleep 3 hours. So maybe how can we help these people who dwell so much on TikTok? These people who dwell so much on things that are not helping, consuming content that is not good, to be mentally stable, instead of only using TikTok to ensure that they are mentally stable, they can do something else. Maybe they can find it good to go to the gym, they can find time to play football, they can find time to go to the parks and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Those people who like sleeping, you'll find someone sleeping 13 hours. Despite that, he will wake up and sleep again. So you'll find him or her sleeping more than even 20 hours in a day. Only for us. Yeah, for example, there was a day I was during my off day, I just woke up. I slept late actually, so I slept almost, let's say, I slept at 2 night time. So when I woke up at 5. Not morning, but evening. Yeah, I woke up.
How many hours are those?
I cooked. I'm being honest. I cooked. After I finished, I took a shower and went back to sleep. Yeah, because
So would you say that time you are mentally unstable? Just
maybe-
having sleep was
Yeah, so it also that
Because of
can be
fatigue, right?
can be a sign of
a disorder.
a disorder. Yeah.
But that's
You can say it's
understandable.
like there is mental health.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the proper state of the mind, and also I don't know how to say it, but medically they can say mental illness. Mental illness is not like you have to be in a mental hospital.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's the instability of the mind.
There's a condition
So-
you're having.
Exactly. So maybe at that time, because there is sometimes you can be depressed, of which, as he said, you can consume some content of which that will make you feel inferior, and that inferior will cause some depression, and that depression, there are some people who don't know when they are having depression. So if you see you are having an abnormal amount of sleep, also you should check on that,
And
because that is also another sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, when I slept, I met a coach, and she told me, you slept how many hours? So it means you are not mentally stable. And I said, but right now we are talking with you nicely, so it means I can be suffering if you don't know. She said, yeah.
And
So many people out
we should
there.
all agree that you can't be mentally unstable if you don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
You can be depressed sometimes, like us for men, we have been told.
But you are not aware. For example, there are people who do things, but they don't know. Like for people who consume alcohol, there are people who consume it. They think they are having fun.
Yeah.
But mentally they are not okay. They are doing that thing to escape something.
Exactly.
Today I don't feel like sleeping. Let me go take some relax and shit.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what happens when you don't know. You actually depressed or you are mentally unstable, but you are aware completely. Sometimes when you feel you are doing things too much, you need to ask yourself whether sleeping, even eating too much.
Yeah, also.
For a fact.
Yeah,
There is some eating too much, that's stress. Eating disorder.
Yeah, eat too much.
Some people just have good appetite, bro.
Eating too much.
Yeah.
It's a very big disorder.
Yeah.
So you can be doing all that, thinking that you are enjoying the food and everything. But
Yeah, because
sometimes you need to check on yourself. Is this really my? Has it been doing this from a young age or everything, or have it started just sooner? So you need to check on that every now and then.
because my mom was telling me, someone, I don't know that it's true, someone can either add weight or lose weight as a result of stress.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Sure.
so yeah. there's
So
that
you
also.
can add weight as a result.
Yeah, maybe you'll start
So it's
eating a lot.
If you're stressed, if you're stressed, you are not eating in a proper way,
Seems
right?
like you want that.
You ever heard of a person saying,
Yeah.
when I have stress, I usually add weight.
Yeah.
And for me to add weight, it's not necessary for me to eat. Okay. So there is this one condition or health condition that is related to mental health. That is the eating disorder that one you were discussing about. The eating disorder is split into two main conditions. Where we have the anorexia nervosa,
Yes, sure.
and we have bulimia nervosa. So the anorexia nervosa is the condition that a person will tend to eat more food. No, a person will have the fear for food intake to avoid gaining weight.
Yeah.
That is anorexia nervosa. And bulimia nervosa is where a person will eat, or an individual will eat more food or too much food within a very short time to compensate, or maybe over-exercise himself because of, or him or herself because of the food that he took. Is one of the most ignored and actually neglected mental health condition that people doesn't know. You will hear a person say, no, I don't want to eat too much protein because I don't want to get fat. I don't want to eat potatoes or chapatis. I don't want to get fat. Another person will eat and say, hey, today I ate so much. Let me go to the gym and reduce. That's a mental health condition that you are. And so many people doesn't know. Yeah.
So in short, what I have gathered from the discussion is so far, for you to have proper mental health, you should check on what you consume. In terms of your diet, you should check your diet and the amount of what you consume as well, in terms of diet, in social media, and also you should exercise more. Get in touch with nature. Also, as he said, find a hobby, something that will distract you more, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so like your go-to thing. So when you're stressed, instead of trying to find the solution in the bottom of the bottle, you can go and jog, maybe find a group that they usually do. Because nowadays there is a lot of people who are seeking to find a healthy body.
Yeah.
Sure.
So they are coming up with groups. Like they can go to the gym, they can go to the park, do yoga, do some stretching, do some jogging. So, and there is some social medias groups that are meant for this kind of activities. It's just a matter of finding the right thing in the right part of social media, and that will help you. So, and
I think there's one also important factor we are neglecting, like that men don't do a lot or don't exercise, like opening up or visiting a therapist.
Yeah.
Like whenever you feel you are not mentally okay, it's just good that you can find someone close to you and just tell him like, bro, I've been experiencing such and such. Yeah, he might also assist you as well.
and you say these are the kind of thing like you'll find this confidence person, who you can tell your deepest secret without any kind of fear. And this starts with this kind of group, because in these groups, you are people who are thinking positively about life, wanting to improve in your personal life. So these are the kind of group that you'll find it easy to find this kind of people, because as you say, when we are growing up, we were taught as men to be hard. We should not cry. So if you are told not to cry, that means you should not tell people your problems. So we grow up not knowing how to open up to people.
Hurting inside.
But if you find someone who's willing to grow and improve in their life, you'll be equally yoked. So you'll be able to open up to that person, and the person will be able to open up to you. So again, that leads to finding the right groups to hang around with. So that means you should, if the things that you are doing are not working for you, are causing you to have an unhealthy mental state, so you should change, of which that is where it all begins, in changing and going into a group that you will assist each other.
Yeah, in the recent days, I like the way things are moving, and I like the fact that now men are allowed to be vulnerable.
Exactly.
Because back in the days, or rather when we were growing up, we were even being told men don't cry.
Yeah.
Right? Even if your father or your mother finds you crying,
And if you cry, you are.
If you cry, they will beat you.
You are a
understand?
man.
But in the recent days, I've even seen kids. They are being taught these things as early as possible. If you have something bothering you, just come and tell your guardian or your parent or your even bigger brothers and sisters. So in this age, in this era, men are being allowed to be vulnerable because it's an advantage to us, because statistics say it. Men, even if you take statistics, men are very suicidal out here. And these suicidal thoughts are being brought by mental health. The moment you get into the drain, eventually you fall into the pits of suicidal thoughts. And when that kicks in, it's not going back.
When it comes to opening up, you need to find a person who you can be open to. You have to identify that person that you are free to. For you to
because people will take advantage of that.
You won't open to any person that you meet. You have to choose a specific person that you open to wisely. After that, then you can open up. Someone who is responsible. It can be your parent, it could be your guardian, could be your colleague who you see that this person is a good or someone who is, we lead by example. You will see from your identification, you will come to see that this person is a good, and you can open up to that person, and that person will guide you nicely, and all your stress is gone. So it's all about, it's not only opening up, but opening up to the right person.
And also, when it comes to opening up, you'll find someone who is good in opening up, but he suffers after opening up.
That's true.
A good example is me. So when
so you ask yourself, why did I do that?
That's why you have to choose the right person to open.
Because
it trumps you later on.
You suffer the most after opening. Why did I do that? What led me to doing so?
How did they take me now? What did they do about that?
So
maybe they thought I'm weak.
Some things you rather go with them to the grave, or
no, the thing is, what I can advise him is to stop overthinking. So because when you have a problem and you open up to someone and the person gives you a solution, right? You should just take the solution and improve in whatever you are going through. So when you go back and start overthinking, now you brush off the solution and you add more problems to yourself, which can lead to suicidal thoughts.
There are some people, after opening up, they won't give you a solution. They'll say, what? And that's all.
That's why he said, look for a better person before you open up.
Let's talk about this.
Due diligence is most important.
You have no time.
Because due
diligence.
That's why
You
you have to take time.
You have not. I'm
Before you
suffering
invest.
right now.
You
I'm
have-
suffering right now, and you're the person who is next to me.
Okay.
I need to
Can I ask you
open up
something?
something.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
When you're investing, right?
Yeah.
You have some money, right? In most of the cases, you'll be going broke. That's when you'll be hard on yourself in investing, right? But before you invest, you have to do due diligence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the same thing, you are investing in your mental health,
Okay.
your proper mental state, right? You want, whatever you're going through is disturbing you, is causing you to have this kind of like depression, eating disorder, you're not eating properly. So, that is also an investment,
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
So, what you should do also, you should do due diligence, as you say, before you open up to someone.
Yeah.
Because there are some people, you can share your deepest secrets, and then you will
expose you.
the next minute you will hear with the whole
Yes.
group.
And then
That's
it's
Of which you, because you detach yourself
Yeah,
with society, of which will cause to depression, mental illness, which will bring up suicidal thoughts. Each and everything that that is not positive and that will cause to detach yourself from people, and that's why we were told no man is an island. You'll always see yourself worthless. You are not worthy in this world. Even if you die, nobody will, it will not matter to anybody. And that is the most dangerous thought. And that starts whenever you detach yourself. So, again, due diligence is the most important. And when you get the solution, don't overthink on what people. Just be thankful that you got the solution and work on yourself.
Yeah, I know there's some people out there like me, so hope you have gotten the point.
So I have a point on whatever you say.
Okay, I'm listening.
Whatever you said is very right. Some people will take advantage of that.
Yes, sure.
There is one thing I want to mention. In the recent days, if there is a big business that is booming, start a therapy class.
It's true.
Start a therapy business, you see how it is booming.
And you know
Actually,
why?
I've always asked myself, if today you are a therapist, okay?
Yeah.
And I decide to do a test on whatever people are doing out here. I come to you. I have no any problem. I know myself, right? I have no any problem. But I come and tell you I'm depressed. Do you know you start finding a solution for me and I'm not depressed?
Yeah, sure.
Because you are after money.
It's true.
That's the point. So out here, people will be, hey, therapy class, go therapy class, I recommend you this therapist. But in the real sense, they're not even trying to help you. They're trying to make money for the therapist. So you have to, actually, from the word go, if you want to do therapist, even the therapist will not give you the solution. Trust me. You are the one who will be the solution. He'll just guide you, and at the end of the day, you are the one who will find the solution for your problem.
Yeah.
And you know,
Okay.
the best therapist in this world is God and nature.
Exactly. They are the best.
God and nature.
They are the best.
You know why? Just go outside, walk in the park, feel the breeze, sit in the sun, drink some water. Just 1 hour of your alone time, you will go with some demons in your mind. You'll get out of the nature with some angels in your mind.
That's it.
Because you'll be at peace.
Bro,
Yeah.
So free of
I
charge.
think for me that is not that way. Yeah, because when I'm alone, I start yeah, bro, I'll be overthinking, man. But when I'm with friends, we're just laughing. I'm just fine, bro.
Yeah,
For me,
and
I can say I'm an introvert. I think things on my own. I decide on my own, and if I do something, you'll be amazed, because I think I don't open easily. One, it's not a disorder to me, but I have realized myself that I'm an introvert. Not a disorder, but I'm an introvert.
By nature.
By nature. I will see something or the situation will happen to me. I will think out the situation on my own. I will come up with a decision on my own. And whenever I tell you, this is what I'm going to do, you'll be amazed, because you'll be like, Why did you tell me that?
And there's something that is common with introverts. They make a lot of assumptions.
That is true.
If you're good in making assumptions, you need to cut the assumptions. You reduce the rate of making assumptions. And also, to add on what you're saying, things to do with nature. Maybe let's say you have gone to the beach and there's this thing of waves, there's a wave splash and going back. It's actually, while meditating, the breathing exercise, they usually recommend these sounds, waves. So breathing, it's a,
It's a kind of a relief.
Meditation and stuff.
Meditation
You
is
do that?
It's a way of relieving tension.
What?
Like,
Meditation and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we Africans.
These are the things,
These are the best things ever.
But this guy say identify your way out. If it's football, you wanna play football, go out there.
Like for me, it's football.
Yeah.
Identify what works better for you.
Some
And
people
also,
are
Because
moving.
whatever will work for this guy will not work for you.
Yeah.
Sure, there's someone who likes cooking, I like sleeping. There's someone who likes TikTok, someone likes, and also the best thing someone can do, ensure you have more than 3 hobbies. I can say more than 2 hobbies or 3 hobbies. So that in case, let's say they ban TikTok worldwide, what else will I do? I love football. I usually do football sometimes. I will switch to football.
Yeah.
So I won't have these, I won't have these challenges, If maybe I can't play football because the weather outside is not good.
Yeah.
Maybe I can just draw while I'm just sitting.
Yeah, exactly.
I can listen to music. I can dance. Have a
Alternatives.
yeah.
The hobbies are very wide out here.
And those people who don't know their hobbies, they should identify their hobbies. Something that you like doing. Because the reason I'm saying this, I have so many friends. Maybe they don't call me as friends, but I do know they are my friends. So I asked them, do you know your hobby? What's your hobby? Oh my God, I don't know, sleeping. The other guy, I truly don't know. Is sleeping a hobby? Is sleeping a hobby?
Sleeping is not really a hobby. Because hobby is something that you actively do.
Yeah, actively, exactly. Your
So
body's getting
sleeping
engaged.
is just like
Relaxation.
that is where some doctors or some people in the medical world, they will say you'll be like kind of dead
Yeah, half
for
day.
some few minutes.
The soul is there, the body is there. So you're separated.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like our audience to answer that question.
Yeah.
Is hobby?
You sleeping.
Is sleeping a hobby?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Is sleeping a hobby?
I actually don't know whether you would answer yes or no. I'm not.
I truly don't as well.
For me, I've voted for her. It's not a hobby.
Maybe they will clarify for us.
Yeah. They can help us in that.
Let's try what I will say in that journey of you recovering from either mental. Actually, let me educate you on something. Being mentally healthy doesn't mean you don't have stress.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
It's actually mentally healthy is meaning that you know how to deal with that stress. That's being mentally.
it is the ability.
Is the ability to handle that. So you might be having stress and now you're thinking, no, I'm not mentally healthy. No, you are. Because you can handle that, either the job stress, relationship stress, family stress. So as long as you can handle all that, even your financial shortcomings, if you can handle them, you are mentally healthy. And
So in short, is being able to handle stress and properly do whatever you're supposed to do in life.
Exactly.
So that
doesn't you have the problems, but you know how to solve them.
Yeah.
Even if not fully, but at least you can deal with them and go on with life effectively.
And back to the
Well
definition.
said.
Back to the definition, they say be able to cope with the normal stresses of life.
Yeah, exactly.
So there are stresses of life, but be able to cope with them. So stresses should not be here.
Yeah.
The stresses are here, you should be here.
You always put energy on suppressing them down there. Suppress them every now and
And also, you should be able to express anger, emotions, all those feelings.
Yeah.
So you'll find someone who is always happy. It means this guy is mentally ill, or maybe I can say that.
Really?
Because even if you do something wrong, even if I try to make you angry, I'm not able to, because I don't know. you find someone who is always happy.
Maybe that's the way to suppress this.
I mean, but that's a positive.
Yeah.
That is a positive thing. That means you have the proper mental health. If you're always happy, that means
I can say it's
even if no.
Yeah,
But there are people like that.
as a human, there are situations you have to get annoyed, bro. Like
Yeah. But this
Exactly.
guy, you try
And this
every
guy
means, but
just-
he
See,
cannot
just
get
go your
Let me
local
tell you something. You know, there are some people who have gone through life, you know, they have met challenges and challenges and challenges and challenges. That's why you hear there are some people who say, I've met demons, I've gone through hell and back.
I've been
Right?
hell and back.
Yeah.
So, those are the kind of people you'll find they're always happy. No
Yeah.
matter what they're going through, you'll find them they're okay.
They
And those are the strongest people and those are the people also, they go to the world and they urge to help other people, right? Like for example, go to or if you are able to talk to people who, you know, they have these big panels,
Yeah.
they have decided to help people, but for free, not charging, for free. That means it's coming from their heart.
Yes, sir.
If they tell you their personal stories, you can cry. Because those are the people who have gone through a lot of things and now they don't want to, they have been able to be blessed by God to reach at a place that they can help other people. And they decide to help other people not to go through the same kind of situations. So those people will always find them happy, no matter what. They tell you, you know, I have a loan, maybe 5 million loan, I need to pay by this kind of time. But you'll see them like cheerful and yeah. So as he said, you can be stressed and still be able to be active in the society, do the thing that you're supposed to do, you know. So that is kind of people who have the most proper mental health, I can say.
Okay, I
And
would
also-
say one thing, being emotionally stable or being mental health is not always about, it's not all about being happy all the time. It's not about being sad all the time. It is the emotional ability. The emotional ability, how you express your feelings effectively. That's what, it's not all about being happy all the time. If someone is happy all the time or sad all the time, it doesn't mean, or if you're happy all the time, it doesn't mean that you're mentally stable or you're mentally healthy. It's the effectiveness, it's how you express that feeling, it's how you express that emotion that will tell you or will tell that other person, this guy is mentally healthy. You can be happy all the time, but you're having a disorder. You see, you're having a disorder. Yeah, because that is we have in mental health we have one disorder called this is anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
It's the
very
extreme.
common.
It's
And
the
it's
extreme.
very common.
Very common.
Yeah.
The extreme. It's on an extreme thing, you know. Someone will be so much stressed, or someone will laugh at anything that you say. No matter how funny it is or how not, he finds everything funny.
But I think so.
Various.
For-
And they laugh at various. So if you see someone laughing when you fall down, okay, there are things that looks the worst, but if someone falls down and you are laughing, like, okay, it all depends on how that person laughs. But someone cannot be hit by a car there,
And then you start
laughing.
yeah.
That means you are
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
You see, so it's not all about how happy you are.
But I think
It's how effective you are in expressing that emotion. Okay?
yeah. But I think anxiety, like everyone has encountered anxiety
At some point.
At some point, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I can say, as what he said, personally I've seen some people, whenever they have like a stressful situation going on in their life, they will laugh. They will start laughing in a very unusual way.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of things that, at least in this kind of panels, that we will bring like the awareness to people, because in many suicidal things, situation that we have seen in cases, you'll see either best friend, family member, especially like a mother, like the mother, they usually are close to the children because they spend most of the time with the children. They will say, I never saw it coming. He was always laughing, he was always jovial.
Exactly.
I didn't expect such a thing
That's
from
very
him
common.
or from
Yeah,
It's very common.
So these are the kind of things like people should be aware of. Not all laughter means joy.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is some laughter that are caused by instability of the mental health, anxiety, depression, and the only thing that this person, the way they can cope up with is by trying to trick the mind, because there is a way. Also, the mind is a very powerful thing. The mind kind of protects us. If you are in a stressful situation, it can go flight mode. Like you will be just sitting, you will see someone just staring at something, and you ask him, "What exactly are you looking at?" And the person will be like, what did you say? You see, these are the kind of things that the mind does. So also there is that other thing that the mind will do. It will make you laugh at things that you're not supposed to laugh at. So as some also doctors, they say, whenever you are in a situation like a stressful situation, try to trick the mind. Think of something positive. Try to laugh. Try to smile.
Shift your
That movement of the lips will trick your mind. So maybe that is another thing that the mind uses to protect you as an individual.
And also, so for me, it sounds like from what we have discussed, mental health is not only the absence of illness, it's something big.
It's about how we feel. Also.
Yes.
It's about
only
how
the
we
absence of
behave.
illness.
It's about how we are
After
also
knowing
affected.
that you have that situation, how do
Yeah.
you handle it?
Exactly.
That's the mental health. So what I wanted to say is, am I forgetting? Sorry. So I wanted to say, I had a point.
Okay, I would like to talk one mental condition or one health mental condition on neurodevelopment. We have autism, for example, based on the laughter, the abnormal laughter. Have you ever seen someone or a child with autism? This child will laugh, a certain laugh. He will see you, he gets happy, but the kind of happiness is extreme. Like he's so happy, like the happiness is beyond the normal happiness. That's autism. I think you've seen children who are not able to communicate effectively. They have the stammering thing.
Yeah, sure.
They don't have, they can't be able to communicate or make constructive words. They've got something like, that's what we call autism, you see? It's something that develops from childhood. You see?
Yeah.
So that's the point that I was saying. You won't, everybody, being happiness or being happy is not all about being mentally healthy. It's the way you express the feelings. That will tell.
That was exactly what I wanted to say.
Yes.
So what I wanted to say is, on that term, emotions, happiness, sadness, anger, if those things prevent you, limit you on how you relate with people, how you work, know that you're mentally ill.
Yeah.
If being angry makes you not, now I don't want to see anybody, you start detaching, you just know you're mentally ill. Emotions should not limit you on how you relate with people, how you do your things, how you talk. If I'm angry and everything now, everybody else here, I'm abusing them, then I'm mentally ill. If I'm angry, I cannot do what I do on my computer, then I'm mentally
Yeah. So let's know that however you deal with the emotions, you can be very stressed, but getting your work done by time, you are relating with people very well, which is not good again. Because at the end of the day, you'll be alone. Maybe if you don't have family, most of us in the youthhood, you get home and then now it's done. I have experienced that for sure. When I get out of the house, I go out there, I'm very okay, I'm a very jovial person. But the moment I check in that house, then I find myself.
So in short, you are an extrovert. An extrovert does well when he's in a crowd. But an introvert does well when he's indoors, like alone. And also, as you said, most of the men, yes, I will agree with you. First of all, most of the men, they don't like this opening up, and also how can I say, this meditation. Meditation is the word. I wanted to say yoga, but meditation is the meditation. But you know, yoga is just a meditation, right? Meditation is most important.
Yoga is more physical.
Meditating is very important because when you are alone and you are an extrovert, deep breath, they will help you. You know, if you are feeling like the anger, if you are depressed, if you feel the anxiety, you see, even most of the doctors, what do they say? Or they will teach the person who have like those anxiety attacks. If it's a woman married, they will tell the husband, you know, these are the kind of breathing you should, you know, guide your wife, or the vice versa, right? For your children as well. So breathing, which also in meditation you'll be taught how to breathe, is very important. You know, those deep breath, how many times you should breathe, how long you should hold your breath and then exhale. Those are the kind of things that will also help you to have this kind of to avoid any kind of injury to yourself or to another person, because if you are not in a proper mental health and you get like you have anger issues, you may end up hurting someone. Like being in that mental health, like he said, you feel so angry, you don't want to meet or to see anybody, you don't want to talk to anybody. And then someone, you know, has something to tell you and you cannot wait. You tell this person, you know, just give me some time. But the person will tell it cannot wait, of which is true, it cannot wait, of which your anger will keep on increasing, right? But deep breath will help you to cope up with that situation, you know, to reduce that anger.
I have a question. Maybe I should get to that, because in my mind tells me, in as much as I am stressed, no matter if I breathe in and breathe out, I still go back. Okay, that's my mind telling me that.
So you should change your mindset.
You change your mindset and set an intention. Why am I doing this? At the end of it, what am I going to achieve? What are you going to achieve? What do you want out of this? So you set the intention first, you do the meditation, you take the breath-ins, and after that you are relieved. But you have to just set the intention first. Why am I doing this? What am I going to achieve after this?
Yeah, sure, I get your point. That point you are beginning to release.
I have a question. You said someone who is mentally stable, like being mentally stable is the ability to suppress the stress, right? So there's this person, when he gets angry, he can easily involve himself or herself into fights. So, and this person has already discovered that, and whenever he's annoyed, he tends to isolate himself from others. Will we still say this person is mentally unstable, or Because
I think that person knows his anger.
Yeah.
Fights.
Yeah, he can
Now
fight.
He used to isolate. so that he can
will we still say that this person is mentally unstable still?
Actually, this is
It's the best way.
It's the best way.
It's the best way to process.
Yeah.
And after isolating himself, what does he do after isolating himself?
There is a
Maybe
saying,
there is
there's a
an
saying.
activity he's doing.
Running away from fight is winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's funny. If I run away from
It's the
fight,
best way
then
you can.
I'm actually winning. Then after that, maybe if I isolate and start finding other ways to separate, to now I don't want to isolate. I can actually go. If I am engaging in a fight, I can actually negotiate with the other person to stop the fight.
I once had a friend who, after arguing with him, he would just isolate himself and he would wash his face with cold water. Then he would come back and we continue the conversation. After again, maybe I make him angry, he will go and do the same practice. So this is the way he cope with his stresses. Back to the definition, a way to cope with the normal stresses. So
Stress of life.
you do an activity, you just find an activity that you can do to ensure that this stress doesn't cause a damage. So after I isolate myself, after an argument, after a fight, what should I do? There is an activity that I usually do to ensure that my mind is settled. And after that, I will be mentally stable.
Yeah.
So when they say you should watch your stress, that person should watch you. Huh?
I should tell people, our fans out there and everybody out there, is in your environment, observe what people are doing. Observe how your kids are operating. You know your kids very well. You know your brothers, you know your wife, you know your husband. He's always joyous. But now you have started acting weird. Like for example, for a married person, I know my person, if it's a wife, she knows my man does this, comes at this time, moves at this time. But this guy have started changing. Is it that there is something either wrong? Because for a long time, maybe for 5 years, you've been with that person. You already knows. For example, there is a man I heard one day. It was on a TikTok video. He said, boys are very chaotic people when they are growing up. When they are 10, 12, they tend to even neglect their parents. They say, do this thing. You find them playing football, they do not do whatever they are assigned to do. But they get to a certain age, 15, 16, if he was, now this was the point, I stand to be correct, or rather he stands to be corrected. He was saying, if you have a son, and now he's 16, and you know him quite very well, and he has started doing everything right, you give him a job, by the time you're coming back, it's done, and he's actually doing his things. Check on that guy, he might be using drugs. I stand to be corrected, or rather he stand to be corrected, because you already know the son. You know how he acts, you know how he does things. But all of a sudden, this guy is doing everything right. So he might be hiding whatever he's doing now.
I tend to agree.
You tend to agree.
That's true.
I also tend to agree. It is not actually, it's not sooner. It's not like recent. It's like 3 years ago I saw that. And I did agree, because at some point it's related.
That's what I'm trying to say. Our parents were watching.
At that age now you are doing something wrong, but to cover up that, you start doing everything right.
Okay, mind so much about the self-image.
Yeah, exactly.
How will I be seen? What do you see?
Another example, like someone who is cheating on you, let's say that, okay?
Yeah.
This person will tend to behave in a certain way, checking up on you. Yeah, so this person has already wronged you, and he or she is feeling guilty.
Yeah, I can say it's the guilt.
It's the guilt.
Some random checkup.
So in that relation, I was saying, try to observe your environment, who you are relating with. Either a son, a daughter, a wife, a husband, a brother. Try to observe them. You know them quite very well. You have been with them for a good time. You know their characters, you know their timelines. But all of a sudden, there is something that
Change of character should be a reason for alarm.
Should have a reason, should come with a reason. Sit with them, ask them what's happening. More so for the youths, those kids who are growing, teenagers. And for us who are in our 20s, late 20s and early 20s, check on those people. check on this because this thing of mental health is going up every day.
And also, I have a question. Let's say we talked about maybe when I'm angry, I isolate myself. What about the person who cannot be able to isolate himself? You're dealing with, for me, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I made you angry without me noticing it. And I can see that if we continue talking, it will cause a fight. How can we maybe make this person cool or calm down?
You can listen to the person.
No, this
Let him do most
this
of the
person is
aggressive.
angry.
That point is
Yeah,
aggressive.
Let
he's
him
like,
do most of the
Dennis,
speaking.
what will you do?
Listen to the person, let him do most
No,
of the
you know what
Please
triggers them? You know what triggers them? Because you have already said you have seen this guy has become angry. Yeah. Now stop now the argument. Because you said you are
Yes,
angry.
and listen
Now
to the person.
relax now as
Yes.
yourself. Because you already identified what the problem you have caused. You have seen the problem now, this guy has become aggressive. Now relax, let them talk.
Yes, let them do most of
What
the
if these
talking.
days
Because the
manipulated?
moment you start exchanging words, that's how temper goes up. You
Yeah.
exchange, that's how temper goes up.
And that's
eventually you will fight. You better now, you pull back.
And that's why you see in each and every conversation, it doesn't matter how heated it is, you need to give each other space to talk.
If one
So
person doesn't
you listen, then you know how to respond. But if you respond without listening,
Yeah.
that will cause, even if you are responding in a positive way,
Yeah, sure.
it will cause some, anger because
One has to cool down.
the person will be feeling like you are not listening to the person. Especially if the person is giving you time to talk.
Okay.
If the person is giving you time to talk and you are not listening to the person will feel disrespected. So, there is a thing some therapists they came up with, is like a remote control, or you can use anything that you have. So, whoever is holding the remote or whatever object that you will choose, that is the person who's speaking. And the other person who is not holding should keep quiet, right? So, when you finish talking, then you hand over. And you do the same. No matter how many millions points will come up when the person is talking, you have to listen. So that is a constructive conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you will find it's a conversation later on when you practice that and it comes like a routine. Changing your mindset again.
Exactly.
It become a routine. That way you will come to say like
You make it a habit. not
yeah, when you
because-
make it a habit, it will be a normal thing.
Yeah, it will.
And now you don't need the remote.
Yeah.
And now
It happens
even when you go
automatically.
to this kind of fights, you'll be able to teach other people the same thing.
That's very wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very wise. Now
So-
it's like you and your friend, you just agree. From today when I talk, I pass the remote.
Yeah.
It starts with you.
Yeah.
Then now you pass it out there.
I think we should have an episode on this called This is not a small thing.
It's very wide.
Yeah, it's very wide.
Yeah.
People should be educated. People
Very
should be
wide.
educated.
Very wide.
Especially when we talk about being specific at workplace. This is where you interact with people who are angry, people who are stressed because they have the
Yes,
stress.
yeah.
They also have the work stress. You are again giving them the stress because there's someone you're trying to tell him do this thing right, but he doesn't want to do it your way. It's like he may make an assumption maybe you're being bossy, you know? Yeah. We should have an episode talking about this.
Workplaces are where most stress
Yeah.
got from.
Yeah.
One, you
Yeah.
get in a workplace, you have financial stress,
Or
and
family
then another
matters.
person comes with their stress and they want to put their stress on your stress.
Yeah.
Now you workplaces, me I would urge anybody, if you're working with a colleague, you are the boss, yes. But I liked a boss I worked with in Kenya. That guy at that time I was doing the internship.
Yeah.
But this guy was treating me like I'm the boss. Even if I call him boss, I told him, no, I'm Mr. Peter. Okay, Steven, I'm Mr. Peter. He wanted me to interact. You don't want that bossy
On the
bossy.
same level.
Yeah.
But again, in that same office, there was another one. If I don't call him boss,
It's a problem.
chaos.
So for today, the topic, the conversation was good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the company and the conversation. And I hope the audience will take something positive from the conversation
Yeah, sure.
and they will learn something from it. And
Also
Like-
comment on what we should touch on next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We wish to see your interaction in the comment section, and we see what we should improve on, you can add on that conversation, and your take on the whole thing.
Yeah. Also, you can give your points there in the comment section.
They can also tell us what they think, what they understand to be mental health on their side.
Exactly.
You can also feel free to open up and tell us what you are going through, and at least we can have a discussion with our team. We can give you. We might find in all of us. You might get one or two solutions or ways to do your things, how to cope with stress, how to express your feelings, how to navigate or how to thrive in your life, and how to be mentally and physically fit.
And also, if you're based in Doha, we have workshops that usually go on.
Okay.
Yeah, every month we can have like 2 or 3 workshops. So you can find maybe one workshop that you can attend during your free time. Yeah, it will be helpful. You'll meet psychologists, professionals, life coaches, and they can guide you.
Okay, so mine is just to, I think my colleagues have exhausted everything. Mine is just to thank the team for the invite. It's been really a good topic of discussion, and also urge you and the people watching, you can also subscribe to and check out our content at Hot and Juicy Podcast. We'll also like to invite you someday so that you can come and also we'll share and learn a thing or two.
Surely.
Yeah.
So as I wrap up, I thank you all for the time and for the, I thank God also for this chance. My last statement will be easy. In this life, manage one thing in your life. It's called acceptance. Now this is the station I am in, and accepting doesn't mean you're okay with it. It's like, I'm here at this destination, and I need to get to know how I'll get from here. So, acceptance, work on that, and everything will move smoothly. And also, if anybody is going through something, thank you guys.
Also, one last thing. It was my first podcast in English. Disclaimer, bro. I have to put a disclaimer. So, yeah.
And also, I would like to finish up by saying, for those people who don't have anybody to talk to, there is a hotline here in Qatar, 1600, which you can call and you can talk to any kind of therapist you want to, and they can direct you on the way forward. So, thank you guys.
You can also inbox us in our Desert Vibe inbox and share out your problem. We can also, I think, we are also able to help people navigate or thrive through their life experiences, life difficulties, life stresses and all that.
Yeah, we also have psychologists who can deal on those kinds of things, therapists. And as I said, life coaches. Thank you.